friends, can you hook me up, please? Friends, can you hook me up?
Hello, and welcome back to GrandGamingGrove. I hope everyone's doing well today. Seeing as we are all still waiting and eagerly anticipating the release of more content, whether that be a trailer or more screenshots or any sort of marketing material from Rockstar on GTA 6, I thought it'd be a good idea today to revisit screenshots from trailer number 2 based on each region. Our focus will be on the Leonida Keys in this video, which is our starting area in GTA 6. We'll be doing a deep dive on everything we can find so far. This will be looking into possible dynamic tides, nearby island exploration, the size and how big Leonida Keys is, and a few other unique details. Leonida Keys very well be the most important area in GTA 6 for a few different reasons. First of all, it's the introduction to GTA 6. It sets the tone, and it needs to hook in the player immediately. Did you know that for Rockstar's last title, Red Dead Redemption 2, that on average across all platforms, only 20 to 28% of players actually finish the game? That's only 1 in 5 for every person who bought it, and is honestly not a great completion rate. The same can't be the case for GTA 6, and the starting area, and in this case the Leonida Keys, cannot be lackluster. It has to lay the groundwork for what's to come, in introducing many new features and upgrades that Rockstar has spent 13 years working on since the last GTA game. GTA 6 could be the most anticipated game of all time, and that comes with immense expectations of being an absolutely incredible experience from start to finish. The Leonida Keys itself needs to introduce the characters, controls, the new features, and environments. It's always a bit of a balancing act in large-scale, open-world games, showing off the mechanics and basic controls, but not making it feel too much like a tutorial or that a stage is lasting too long. That was one of the major complaints of Red Dead Redemption 2, in that in its tutorial was too long, and many people didn't even complete it until the game truly opened up in Chapter 2. Now let's jump into our screenshot analysis. Out of all the screenshots of the Leonida Keys, this one I feel has the best detail. It has an amazing location for a point of reference as well. First off is this little sandy area here with a green circle. It is showing us dynamic beaches and potentially low tides and high tides. At the moment the water is a little bit lower, showing off the wet sand, but it will fill up and could possibly overflow the road in this location. It could also be used later on to block us from leaving the Leonida Keys in the earlier parts of the game. If the road is somehow flooded and washed out, or combined with the higher tides and rain, this could be a way to block the player in and not allow them to get to Vice City until the tutorial part is done and the whole open world map opens up. Next thing to spotlight in the screenshot is the many islands in this game. One aspect that is always fun for Rockstar's open world games is exploration, and these small islands that are scattered all over the Leonida Keys will be perfect for that. This will also encourage the player to fully explore the Leonida Keys and use all the new features at their disposal, which includes new water vehicles like kayaks and boats. The Keys will also fully highlight the newest side activity, scuba diving, that will allow us to check out the fully 3D and rendered underwater environments with marine animals and vegetation that will no doubt lead to treasure and loot. This will show off many new features and upgrades that are new to GTA 6. Another feature to highlight as well is the water, as it changes from light green in more shallow reef areas to a darker blue in deeper areas the further you go out. Next up, we're highlighting just the size of it and how far away Vice City looks. This screenshot is a great far out shot that really shows off just how big it is and how big the starting area is. The other question with this screenshot is what is beyond it? Where does the road lead to the left, and how much further down does the Leonida Keys extend? How many more islands are there? One would have to think yes, as there seems to be significant vehicle traffic heading in that direction, but a large majority of the keys can be seen within this screenshot. Regardless of how much longer the keys extend, it is a great indicator of the size of the opening area being incredibly massive. There has been rumors floating around that the GTA 6 map is going to be 2.5 times the size of the GTA 5 map, and from what we have seen in scale and size, it does feel that it is pretty close to being accurate, or maybe it could even be bigger. On our next slide here, the screenshot, which is the postcard for the Leonida Keys region, is absolutely stunning, showcasing the scale and the size of it. In comparison to the first slide, this shot appears to be even further away, as Vice City is far away in the distance. It seems the first screenshot could be somewhere in this area where I've circled, just with the angle and the distance. This screenshot also shows many low-lying residential buildings, like apartments and houses, shops, and also some boat launch docks. There's more islands nearby that look great for exploring, and the shot also showcases amazing contrast in the water again. On the left side, we have a water that is a blue shade, but also seem to be some shallow areas showcasing the underwater again. On the right side, we have a completely different colored water with a turquoise green transitioning to blue a little bit further out. Next, we have a frame from Trailer 1, which sent people into a frenzy when we first saw it. It showcases very similar traits from the other two screenshots, with islands for exploring, varying water shades, and multiple bridges, and lots of marine vehicle traffic. Beyond the shot, it doesn't showcase much in terms of seeing a background in variation distance to Vice City, but it is thought that this screenshot is very near and close to Vice City and much closer than the other two that we have looked at so far. This next shot, the Keys, is far off in the background, but the environment and terrain look very similar to previous screenshots. It is also showcasing a similar bridge and has lots of foliage in a low-lying area that seems to be very prone to flooding. In the forefront of the scene, it shows new water vehicles like boats that will be able to use and explore the surrounding marine reef and ocean areas with. The screenshot is also showing the many different types of boats, from smaller speedboats to bigger medium-sized boats in the forefront, and then almost a double-decker yacht, or classified as an extra-large luxury boat in the back. The shot is really showing the variety and depth and different watercraft vehicle options that will be present in the game to go out on the water with, interact with, and explore. The scene is also showcasing a jet ski that has been shown in a few scenes. The one here shows some very good looking water physics with the jet ski's tail being highlighted. We also have seen Jason and Lucia on a jet ski in a shot from trailer number 2. This is an incredible screenshot from trailer number 2 as Jason and Lucia are enjoying the beautiful sunset on a dock overlooking the water and the Keys. Again, Rockstar has been heavily showcasing boats and vehicles in all their water shots, with this one being the same. There's also some more islands across the water, again for exploring. This screenshot is also unique as it showcases the weather. As the sun is setting, it looks very nice with the clouds. These are the same style volumetric clouds that were tested and used in Red Dead Redemption 2, and will be improved upon in GTA 6. The orange evening colors contrast with the evening sky, making the whole scene look picturesque. They added just a little tinge of gray to the clouds, making them look like a storm might be brewing. This is the opening shot from trailer number 2, just before we shift to Jason and Lucia's safe house, so we can assume that this little alcove of the Leonida Keys is where the opening safe house is, and this area is where we begin. Again, we have islands, differing watercolors, and many residential homes. There's a very nice 4-story home with a pool in the backyard and a boat launch that appears to be very common in the Keys. Seems there's some sort of coffee or smoothie shop in the background, and again some very ominous and dark looking volumetric clouds that appear to be leaving, as in the next scene Jason talks about a storm passing through that he is fixing up the house from. There also seems to be some taller towers and a couple buildings in the background that appear to be significant landmarks in the Keys and will be a good marker for knowing where we're at. The last few shots are just in the Leonida Keys neighborhoods, on the ground level rather than further out environmental pictures. This picture has a lot going on for it, with 2 groups of people taking pictures with their cell phones on the left hand side. As we have seen throughout in the marketing for GTA 6, social media in the game and being online is going to be a huge focus, with interactions of all kinds with NPCs all over Vice City and Leonida. On the right hand side, it looks like there is a tour bus and what looks like a group of seniors huddled next to it. So maybe they are on some sort of Leonida Keys island tour. That'd be a lot of fun if that was the case, and you could go on a sightseeing tour of the Keys in the early game. If this is the case, pay close attention to the places it takes you, as Rockstar loves to highlight smaller areas with secrets, and this would be a perfect way to showcase something like that and show off the Keys starting area. Just behind the seniors, there appears to be a gift shop with fake flamingos out front. In the forefront, we also have a senior lady on an electric scooter and an iguana nearby just to her left, highlighting wildlife and how animals will be blending seamlessly with the Keys and city environments. Next is the screenshot of the Rusty Anchor, which will be our starting area's local watering hole. We've already seen a few different screenshots of this with Cal, Jason, and Lucia inside. I feel that we were spending a lot of time here in the early stages of GTA 6. Outside of the bar on the right hand side, we have the classic passed out drunk guy in the middle of the day, and on the left hand side we have the guy who didn't go far enough to take a piss after having a smoke. There's also an advertisement for a crab eating festival, so that looks like that'll be a lot of fun to check out and explore. Maybe they'll do a crab eating contest. We also have a frame from trailer number 2 of Jason, Lucia, and Cal inside of the Rusty Anchor. There isn't too much to see here, but we do have a reference to a hurricane called Roxy on the right side close to the bartender, and the bartender is also ringing the bell for shots, which seems like a bar tradition and a fun time. There's also some different style license plates on the wall behind our protagonists and advertisements for various drink brands in the game as well. On the left, we have a green lumberjack or logger looking guy, which is also a beer brand, as in a different screenshot, Jason is seen drinking a beer with that exact logo, and it also is being in a neon sign right behind him. At last, this final photo here hasn't been confirmed as being in the Rusty Anchor, but it does match the same style and aesthetic very well, so it most likely is. Cal is seen wearing the same shirt as the previous screenshot when he's in the Rusty Anchor, and Jason has a tank top with the word Key Lento, which is rumored to be the name of our starting area in GTA 6. There's also a guy who has some sort of lotus flower shirt on and an iguana or different type of lizard with a crown sitting on his shoulder. The shot feels like it should be at the Rusty Anchor rather than a place like Vice City or elsewhere. Lastly, on the wall in the background, there's a picture of what looks like a large female fake alligator. So maybe a reference to Gatorland in real life Florida or something similar that you can go and visit in game. That is a gator theme amusement park taking inspiration from Gatorland. This screenshot is of the underwater environment of the Leonida Keys, which has been highlighted and showcased from above in previous earlier shots. It shows off the marine wildlife and plant species that we'll be able to look at and explore and document while scuba diving in-game in the shallow reefs of the Keys. The lighting of the shot is incredibly well done, with it streaming in above the surface. From a framing and light perspective, it's just a really amazing shot for an in-game visual photo. Scuba diving may end up being the funnest side activity we get to do, as I believe it'll also include finding, exploring, and looking for sunken and buried treasure on the ocean's floor and venturing into underwater caverns. Who knows what we will find underneath the ocean's surface in GTA 6. In our last shot, we have Jason and his friend Cal Hampton out in the water fishing and maybe spying on the Coast Guard, with the Leonida Keys in the background. This also confirms fishing as a side activity in GTA 6. We can't say for sure it's the Keys in the background, but it does have similar terrain, and the ocean looks very similar to other previous screenshots we have seen. Nothing mind-blowing here, which is why I put it last, but I wanted to include it as you can see the Keys in the distance. Thanks so much for checking out today's video at GrandGamingGrove. I'm a bit of a smaller channel and just starting out, so if you liked the video or found some useful information today, please consider giving us a subscription, leaving a comment, and hitting that like button. We continue to bring you up-to-date news, more content, and we'll be doing deep dive analysis on trailer number 3 when it finally drops, or whatever other screenshots or marketing information that Rockstar puts out. Beyond that, we'll be here for a long wait until the game finally launches on November the 19th, and that's when the fun truly begins. There will be deep dive videos into characters, regions, mysteries, secrets. We are so looking forward to it. Thanks again for being here, and thanks for watching.
Friends, can you please? Friends, can you please?